Hello. Uh, hey guys, I'm back, and I kind of wanted to make a quick response, really quick, to a commenter on my last video called Nostalgic Chains. She said, and she writes, I like to think shonen and shoujo are for a young audience, whilst seinen and josei, although I rarely see josei, are for a mature audience. Shonen has more action, and shoujo has more romance. Seinen can have both action and romance, but with a darker adult elements in it. And even with these categories, they're still hard for me to tell apart most of the time. And I agree. Like, I don't actually believe that that anime really should be split up into different things, because it's really just the community here, especially, is a little bit too small for that, and a lot of times they mesh. Really, they mesh in interesting ways, to where, I mean, the big overarching themes can be split up into different subgroups, just like most everything else, and the subgroups really kind of are very, very, very specific with what types of anime are in them. So that's what I wanted to say about that. Yeah, so I agree with you, Nostalgic Chains. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, we can get to the next thing I wanted to talk about, which was my week. It's actually very interesting. I was at school a lot of the week, and I worked in the mornings a lot, and that was fun and difficult to wake up for, because I'm used to staying up all hours and going to school at like 4 or so, or 4 in the afternoon, and coming home and going to work, and not the other way around where I'm sleeping, going to work, then school. Today I was in Games Club, which is kind of the place where we go to, where like people like me can go to play games such as Dungeons and Dragons, Magic, any video games really, a lot of different board games, really any game, you know. Hell, today we spent about 4 hours playing Apples to Apples, and that's not something that normally happens. At least hasn't happened in my experience at this club. That's not something you normally deal with in just like everyday world, is just playing games and stuff. And it was a blast. It was definitely a lot of fun. But when it came time to leave, I was looking for my stuff, and I found someone else took it on accident, and it kind of sucked, because I no longer have my homework or anything until Tuesday, which is going to be, we don't have school on like Monday or Tuesday next week because of Labor Day, and then school interrupting the school year for teacher development days. I don't know. I think it's kind of dumb, because I'm paying money to go to class, and they're taking my professor away from me. Not cool. And for students and future students in college, remember, you have the right to tell your school you want to take your class. Because if your school is taking your professor away from you, you have the right to say, I'm paying for this, give me what I paid for. Because it is, you paid for a service, and if you do not get it, you can talk to the school about it, and things will change. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to let that out. It was really frustrating, because my backpack does not look like any other backpack that was in the room at the time, and certainly doesn't look anything like the backpack that the guy mistook mine for, except for in color. Mine is a little more active, and his is very plain, and it kind of frustrated me, because I didn't understand. I don't really quite. It just kind of sucks that, like, I thought that my stuff was safe, and it still ended up being taken, even if by a misunderstanding of sorts. So, I guess the moral of the story is to look at the stuff you're picking up before you actually like leave, to make sure that it actually is yours. Even because if you don't mean to steal something, it really sucks when like a couple hours after you leave, someone's freaking out because all their homework and books and stuff is missing, and they don't know where it went because they never left their room. It never left it rarely left their side, uh, except for when it was taken, and it's it's a very surreal and scary experience if you don't know, if you have no idea where your stuff went and you don't know anyone in the area. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. I know it's kind of a short one, but I am just a tad tired. Working a lot today, or a lot this week, and trying to get into the groove of things because school started up recently, and as I said, and I'm not used to having to do things before noon, and that is not a good thing. Well, I'm actually not used to doing things before 3 in the afternoon, and that is not a very good thing to be. So I just need to get through that. So go ahead and leave your responses in the comments below, and I will see you guys on Monday. Bye.